Royal Titans is a duo boss that I think is great for teaching mid-game players how to play the game and massive for long-term account progression with the upgraded prayer scroll drops. As with all my guides, we'll crack straight on and cut out the fluff. We're going to show you exactly what you need to get your first few kills, and at the end we'll show you some extra tips to further optimize the boss and a full demo kill to clear it all up for you. Whilst officially branded a duo boss, it can be tackled on its own. You definitely want to tackle it as a duo. This way you'll kill it twice as fast and get a separate role each on the drop table. Finding a buddy to partner up with is the hardest part of this guide, but you can do so on the Royal Titans worlds. If you don't have any luck here, joining my Discord channel is an option too. Let's quickly go over a general outline of the boss. Ideally, you want to be attacking with melee when the giants are in range. When you can't reach the boss for any reason, you need to switch to your ranged weapon. When they spawn minions or block you with ice or fire walls, you need to cast a spell of the opposite element to destroy them. This means you'll be utilising all three combat styles to kill the boss effectively. Now you've partnered up and have a rough idea of what to expect, let's go over the recommended gear. I'll be showing you the minimal switch method. You'll only need to swap your weapon with this setup. If you want to ignore me and go full tribrid, just use your best melee, ranged and magic gear. I'd recommend combat stats in the 70s for this boss, so any gear around that level will be absolutely fine to get you through. The secret sauce for minimal switches is a set of Blue Moon armor. Round this out with your best melee boosting gear. Budget options would be a Dragon Defender, Amulet of Glory, Barrow's Gloves and Dragon Boots. If you can't afford the full set, just make sure your magic attack bonus totals 79. I've got what I'm wearing up on screen now, but we've all got different cash stacks and unlocked items, so you'll need to find out what works for you. For your weapon slots, for melee, the classic Abyssal Whip will be absolutely fine. Ranged, you'll definitely want to use the Eclipse Atlatl with the Atlatl darts, and for mage, any staff should be fine. The Twin Flame staff is going to greatly increase your quality of life due to its effect of using whatever spell your target is weak to. If you can't afford a Twin Flame staff, or you're a disgusting Iron Man, simply delegate yourself an element and get your partner to deal with the other one. The power of teamwork in action. For the rest of your inventory, a super combat, runes for your best water and fire spells, prayer potions, sharks, maybe a spec weapon should be all you need. If you're looking at how to get here, a Draymond staff for fairy rings is going to be your best option, assuming you haven't unlocked the giant soul amulet to tele straight here yet. Now you're geared up and ready to tackle this duo boss with your buddy, let's go through each mechanic that you need to be aware of. The boss fight is in two phases, so let's break it down, starting with phase 1. The first thing to be aware of isn't an attack. The Titans will step back away from the main landmass. It's at this point you either need to switch to the other Titan or switch to range if they're both out of melee distance. Halberd effects do not work here and neither does magic, so make sure you're definitely using ranged. Their stomp attack will deal damage to all players within melee range. Due to this, it's best for beginners to keep Protect from Melee up for the entire fight. The fire and ice walls will block you from running around the arena and damage you if you're standing on them when they spawn. They'll also destroy any elementals of the opposite type if they're standing on the tile as the wall spawns. They can be destroyed with a spell of the opposing element, water on fire and fire on ice. Fire and ice elementals will also spawn and they'll attack with melee, and if not taken out by a spell with the opposing element, they'll explode eventually and deal damage to all players close in a 3x3 area of effect. If you eliminate one elemental, the others surrounding it will also die. When you get one giant down low, they'll switch to phase 2 of the fight. For phase 2, they'll move to either end of the central landmass. Most of the mechanics are pretty much the same, but instead of stepping back, they'll force you to step back by highlighting a tile with a blue and red circle. You need to stand on this tile immediately or get absolutely slapped by the elemental blast attack. You can still damage them with range whilst on this tile. The elemental blast lasts for 3 blasts, and then you can get back in your melee rig and smack them down again. That's every major mechanic to be aware of. Let's smash out a full example kill so you can familiarise yourself with the fight, and then we'll go through the extra tips at the end. Just quickly before we do that, if you found this useful so far, drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of me. Any engagement helps me out more than you think. Okay, if you haven't already potted up, do so and get on protection from melee. You can get on one attack on each boss basically immediately, and then they'll back away and switch to your ranged weapon straight away. I've been boxed in here, so I want to deal with those. Oh, he's got them for me. Beautiful. I'm prioritizing dealing the fire ones because I've got water spells on autocast. I'm not too boxed in here, so I won't bother eliminating those barriers. He's back in melee distance, so we'll get straight back on him. If you've got specs, you can use it. You can also use your best melee boosting prayer like piety if you want to, but I'm just trying to save prayer potions, so we'll just dump the specs now, get those out of the way, deal as much damage to Eldrick the Ice King as we can whilst he's in distance, and then we'll switch back to our ranged weapon when he walks away like that. There's the monster spawn, so matey boy Zil Jr. is going to deal with the water boys with his fire spells, and I'm going to deal with the fire guys with my water spells. They're the fires that we want to back out so we can reach the boss, and we're on phase 2. So we just want to put on our melee weapon, get straight on the boss immediately. When that red and blue circle appears, we run to it, we get our ranged weapon on to keep dealing damage, and then switch back to our melee weapons after 3 little bursts and get back on the boss. I'm leaving these blue guys because Zil Jr. is my boy and he's looking after them with his fire spells. But if any fire ones to appear, I'd still be eliminating those. So yeah, back to the circle, ranged weapon on, 3 bursts, get your melee on, and just rinse and repeat that loop. So there's some fire guys, get me staff on, deal with those, all 3 of them dead, 1 blast. Sometimes you won't kill all 3 and there might be a straggler, you'll just need to click on him as well whilst you've still got your staff equipped. So once one's down, you just need to get back on the boss and finish the other one off. Then you can loot your stuff. Easy as that. Hey, a giant soul amulet. That's number 5, I think. Good for me. So, with that out of the way, let's go through the extra tips. If you've got enough magic bonus and don't want to bring a staff to save inventory space, manually clicking on the spells is an option. Fully downing one giant before attacking the other is the fastest strategy when you have your switches and mechanics down. Some people are more comfortable in the first phase though, so you may want to damage them evenly. This will require communication with your partner. I recommend experimenting on this and finding out what works for you. Additional gear switches might make the fight go faster, but whilst you're learning, it's good to have the extra supplies. If you want a 2-way switch and don't mind pest control and achievement diaries, Elite Void is a good option. Before we finish up, a big shout out to my channel members Chizomni and Omega0240. They're both subscribed to the gold tier. If you want to support my channel, get a shout out and access my videos a little bit early, the sign up link is in my description. Thanks for sticking around, I'll see you next time.